I'm Fraser Palomara, and I'm joined today by QMines Executive Chairman Andrew Sparke. Andrew, it's an exciting period for the company as QMines has entered a binding term sheet to acquire the Mount Mackenzie Gold and Silver project. Can you tell us what is so attractive about this opportunity?
Yeah, hi Fraser. Thanks for having me today. Look, it's an absolute fantastic transaction for our shareholders. Firstly, I'll start by saying it's very complementary to the existing business. So it's only about 45 k's from our high-grade copper project called Develin Creek. So it's very close to the existing business plan. And part of the rationale for the transaction is to incorporate this material into the overall Mount Chalmers mine plan, which we put a pre-feasibility study out in about 30th of April last year. And so this is all about growing scale, but also giving us some more, I suppose, leverage to the rising gold price at the moment. So it's very complementary. It has immediate growth, immediate scale, a lift in scale rather. But also what's important is that it will actually work in our existing Mount Chalmers mine plan. So under the PFS, many of your listeners will remember we're actually planning a copper plant there, but also a CIL circuit for gold and silver production. So it's very complementary to the existing business plan.
Well, you took the words right out of my mouth for this next question because I am interested in the consolidation opportunity here. Can you tell me a bit more about the value add Mount Mackenzie brings to the company's portfolio?
Yeah, sure. It's actually got an existing resource on it of about 130,000 ounces gold and some silver credits. So it's a good start, but we think this is going to continue to grow. Now, even at this point, at 130,000 ounces, it's already about $19 an ounce. So it's a very cheap acquisition. If we look at a lot of the comps out there, they're materially higher. Obviously, you need to do your own research and talk to your financial advisor, but it's very, very cheap from our assessment when you look at a lot of comparable transactions out there. So that'll give an immediate boost in value to our shareholders. And as I said, will give us some more leverage to that growing gold price, which is great.
So Andrew, you mentioned a little bit there about growing the resource base. What's the plan of attack there?
Yeah, well, this is what we call an epithermal deposit. And so it's a bit different to some of our other deposits around the Mount Chalmers and Develin Creek projects. But epithermals are known for being at the top end of a porphyry deposits. So we're hopeful, and this is obviously going to grow. It's only been drilled to relatively shallow depth, where we've got mineralisation pretty much outcropping its surface. But as you'll see, if you care to have a look at the announcement, you'll see there's a lot of intersections below and adjacent to the existing deposits there that are very much open. So we think there's some really immediate opportunities to grow this quite quickly. To really add a lot more value for our shareholders. So we've got some plans to get some drilling done. But I will mention that the transaction is subject to shareholder approval, so which we're hoping to seek from our shareholders on Monday. So I really want to encourage people to get in and vote on this transaction because it has a really material difference to our business plan. But as I say, we expect to grow quite quickly.
And lastly, Andrew, what else is planned in the near term for QMines, whether at Mount Mackenzie or your existing assets?
Yeah, absolutely. We've currently announced about our second rig turning up over the next week or so. It's an RC rig to our Develin Creek project. For those of you who remember, it's a very high-grade copper and zinc asset near Mount Mackenzie and our Mount Chalmers projects in Queensland. And Develin Creek has come up with some really stellar intersections of late. So we're now bringing in an RC rig as well as the existing diamond rig that's there currently and looking to really grow that and add that into the mine plan over the course of the next couple of quarters. So lots of news off the back of that, lots of development work as well, lots of exploration success or leverage for exploration success coming. So yeah, very exciting time to be a QMine shareholder.
Well, it's been a pleasure to chat today. Thanks for joining us, Andrew.
Great. Thanks, Fraser.